Welcome to the Impact Hub Connection. Welcome to the Impact Hub.
Welcome. Oh my gosh, we're doing it again.
1 week after we had MUPS on last week talking about the power of fear, this week we decided to mix it up and bring the ladies into the house. After all, the Impact Hub is designed to be woman-focused, but not woman-exclusive. We want to bring everybody into the mix to talk about woman-related issues. And right now, the biggest issue we face is isolation and lockdown and what we're going through as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as employees, as creatives, as mothers, just as human beings. We're all going through this shared reality. So today, I'm not going to waste any time, but I get to introduce somebody who has been a hero to me for a very long time. So I'm going to try and remain professional, but I am genuinely fangirling over here. She is known as the Pitbull Heels, and I've heard her on 2 stages live myself, and I actually can't believe that she's prepared to give her time here today with the Impact Hub, just to share some of her perspective on what it's like in lockdown and her views on the future. So please help me welcome. She is the founder of African Star Communications, which has comprises of 3 divisions: celebrity, corporate public, yes, that. Celebrity and corporate public relations, event management, and has represented many well-known SA celebrity clients over multiple industries. She is the boss babe herself, and I'm very excited to welcome to the Impact Hub, FARAH Fortune. Welcome, babe.
Thank you. I need to take you with me everywhere and introduce me like that. That's really cool.
So we get to shine the spotlight on you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. We want to keep it short and sharp because you have just such a wealth of perspective, not only business, but relationships and as a woman. I'd really like to know from you, just to really start things off, you kicked off your business, which is now a massive leader in the South African market, has won multiple awards, not just personally, but for your business itself. You started with 1,000 Rand in your living room.
Mm-hmm. I did.
From that background, what words of advice do you have for women who are sitting in their lounge with literally 1,000 Rand in a dream?
I always, looking back at it now, I sometimes can't believe it's been almost 12 years since then, and I can't actually believe that I'm still doing the same thing. But I'd say to women, we are such resilient creatures. So we are so multifaceted, and I don't think we actually realize that half of the time. So, whether you have 1,000 Rand or 1 Rand, I think you can do anything you want when you put your mind to it. I'm very much a believer in everything starts in here. So I think if you can see it, it can come to fruition. It's got nothing to do with your resources or anything else. And I know some people are sitting there saying, oh yeah, but I can't get a loan, I can't do this, I can't do that. But it really does come down to how much do you want it in here and how much do you see it in here. Yeah.
Overcome those external circumstances. I mean, you had a lot of limitations when you started. Now thrown to the mix, coronavirus, change of industry, economic situations. I think mentally, how do you overcome that?
I think it's tough. I've the last few years have been very stressful for me in terms of work and everything else, and it's just purely because I put that stress on myself. And during, when this all started, I think not knowing the future, I don't have all the answers, and I think trying to figure that out as an entrepreneur is really tough for any entrepreneur, because entrepreneurs are not people who look at problems and think, oh my gosh, what do I do? Entrepreneurs are more people who look at problems and solve them. entrepreneurs are problem solvers. We look for what is the solution to the problem and make money off that kind of thing. So that's what entrepreneurs are. And when Corona, really became very prevalent in our country, even me, I panicked a bit because it was really tough. I didn't know what was the next step. And immediately my thought went to, how do we pay staff? How do we do this? How do we do that? How are we going to run the agency without being in the same office, and all those things, and a culmination of years of stress actually put me in hospital a month ago. And that was, so I've been the last 3.5 weeks, it's only been, the first 3.5 weeks, I guess, of it being really prevalent in the country. I was in and out of the hospital, and at first I had a lot of breathing issues and things, and immediately my mind went to, oh my God, I have corona. And after multiple tests and everything, and literally 3 weeks of tests, they found out that, one, I suffer from mild asthma, which I didn't know I have, because I have a daughter with chronic asthma. So you would think that I would immediately see the signs, and I didn't. And then what it came down to was I actually have been diagnosed with acute anxiety. So now I'm on medication for that. And for a person who is so in control of their life to have to let go and learn to let go of things, that's been one of the toughest things for me to learn in the last month. So in this time that I've been at home and even, working or whatever, I've had to realize that I now have another dynamic to my life I now have to master and figure out and learn how to relax, how to let go, what is important, what is not important, what is a priority, what can I put on the back burner. So that's been a huge thing for me to have to learn in the last month, because I have a daughter with chronic asthma. Therefore, even before everyone was self-isolating, when I realized how big Corona was becoming, and even before our country went on lockdown, and even before the schools closed, I took my daughter out of school because I had to make sure that she was okay and she didn't get sick, because she has a lowered immune system. So, anything can attack her, and the first thing that will be attacked is the respiratory system. So all of that, plus work and everything else, it's been tough. It's really been tough, and something I've had to learn to master. And also, you still have to be on social media because you have a presence there, and you need to be able to make sure that you're still working in line, because I do influencer campaigns as well in my own private capacity. So, those are things I've still had to all do and still be okay and figure it out. And it's been tough as nails. It's been one of the hardest things probably in the last 12 years I've had to learn to master, and I'm still learning it now.
Well, can I firstly say thank you for sharing and being so honest about that, because I've been talking to my home about it a lot. About mental health and the difficulties people are facing, and the trigger that coronavirus has been in opening up a lot of doors, and people are realizing that they've got many battles that they need to conquer, battles of the mind, emotional. How do we foster the spirit of sharing and talking about it more openly? I've battled anxiety. I've been for therapy. I've been on medication, and this is something, it's my mental health. I'm very open about it. I'm not a culture yet. How do we create that?
I think one of the biggest things we have to get over and realize is now, mental health issues are it's not a disease. It's not something that can't be cured. It's not something that you need to, it's not shameful. I'm not worried about talking about my anxiety. I'm not scared of talking about my anxiety, because it's something that's new to me. And I feel that the more I talk about it, the more other people will talk about it. And the stigma that we have towards mental health will stop and become, I think one of the reasons people, the one thing that I have learned also in the last month is that we have this thing where we talk about mental health. And it does have the stigma, and it does have that, oh my God, she's not okay, like that kind of thing. But if we talk about it, and if we realize that it's something that's part of our daily lives, whether you're fine, whether you don't have anxiety or not, you need to talk about mental health. You need to understand what triggers you, why you get triggered. And it's not something I've ever had to deal with in my life. So this is all very new to me. I've been very open. I've always been very open about my life on social media because I always feel like the more you lie, the more you have to keep up the lie. So I'm not really that person. It's too hard. I just don't have those capabilities. And for me, the minute I knew what was wrong with me and the minute I knew why for the first time in my life, I had a panic attack. Oh my God, that was the scariest thing for me. I didn't know how to, to the point where I was in my house and they had to take me to hospital because I couldn't breathe, because I felt like my chest was caving in. I didn't know panic attacks could be like that. I didn't know that's what happened to you. And to learn that it's that severe, it scared the hell out of me, because I can only imagine anyone who suffers even worse than I do, what they go through. And fortunately, it's not a daily thing for me, but oh my God, what a scary experience. So for me, I definitely think we need to talk about it more, and the stigma of it will probably go away once we realize that in some way or the other, we all have something to deal with. And going to therapy is not a bad thing.
Definitely.
Finding ways to deal with it is not a bad thing.
Yeah. And Farah, I love what you're saying. And this is, I believe, something that many women and men are struggling with at the moment. So just to pull it back to the, kind of the subject that we are discussing today, which is communication through the isolation. So, obviously you're speaking about anxiety that has happened before we went into complete lockdown. And now I'm assuming it's really kicked it, kind of to a whole new level. I know a lot of people who are dealt with anxiety suddenly are dealing with it now. How are they communicating this from being isolated? I know for myself, for instance, usually what helps me if I'm feeling down or I'm not too sure, feeling a bit anxious, is call up a friend, take me out for a drink, go for a run, go to the mall, spend something with money I don't have, and really that kind of stuff. So how are we going to help our audience right now who are struggling with this, whether it's anxiety, whether it's loneliness? You say this is something new that's happened to you. We are in a point right now where this is new to everybody. No one has ever been forced to stay at home. It's kind of like we've all been grounded. We've all been put in the corner, and you will not leave until we say you can. And that is something that I know for many of our viewers who are go-getters and social, very social butterflies and want to go out and network and really build and bloom their business, or even just for themselves. How are you staying in communication with yourself, with the loved ones around you, and with your followers, your fans, your business leaders, business followers? What is the tip you could give people that are feeling very cooped up at home? The anxiety is getting to me, the stress is getting to me, everything is just gray and black and dark. Where is the light there that maybe you could say, you know what, do this. This is a great thing to do. Even though you're isolated, you could feel like you're not alone.
Yeah, I think for me, something I've always done, but I find that I'm doing it more now, is journaling. Writing down my thoughts has always been a big thing for me, but I find recently, or in this time, it has helped more than ever. But it's also, I'm being a little bit more honest with myself when I'm journaling. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've had to learn also during this time. Just really be honest with yourself, be honest with your friends. I don't get a lot of time to see my family. I don't know what it was, but I think about a week before lockdown, I really, most of my family live in Cape Town. And I don't know what it was, but something just said to me, go home. And about a week before lockdown, I went home and I seen my family, and it was something I really, really needed, completely needed. I needed to see my mom, But the one thing that I don't do a lot when I'm really busy and always out, I don't speak to my family all the time. It's kind of like a once a week catch up kind of thing. And I've realized that during this time, because I have the time now, speaking to my family and also telling them about the anxiety. I'm the strong sister. There's 6 of us and I'm the strong sister. So I'm the one that everybody calls and, okay, this is the problem or that's the problem. Sorry, I'm just saying my daughter's going to the shop and just invited them. So
hi.
So it's like, you know, being honest with my family has been a big thing. And to tell them, I need your support during this time. I need you to understand why I'm not okay. And it's been so amazing because we're 6 kids and I live in Johannesburg. I have one sister who lives in the UK and the rest of my siblings live in Cape Town. And it's weird because even though we might speak to each other like once a week or once every 2 weeks, we literally speak to each other every day now. But they also check up on me all the time, which has been so amazing. And I really appreciated that. So speaking to your friends and family and being honest with them about the fact that you can't cope or you can't be okay. Even just, you know, I've had so many requests to do things like this, like lives or Instagram lives. And suddenly things like that make me panic a lot. And I've been very selective about what I've been doing. And I mentally prepare myself to be able to do things like this. And I've turned down a lot just because I know I'm not in the mental space to do that. So if you're not okay, take time out for yourself. Being at home doesn't mean you're alone. Being at home doesn't mean you have time to sit and think about things. So maybe it means going into another room and saying to your family, can I have 20 minutes a day where it's just for me and I get to spend some time with myself, maybe doing yoga, maybe journaling, or just sitting there in silence. I have a 15-year-old. 15-year-olds, they don't care about you. They just want to eat and sleep and watch TV. I can only imagine what it's like being at home if you have a 2-year-old and you know, you constantly with a toddler. That's really tough. I can only imagine what that feels like. So if you need time to be by yourself, sit with your family. Tell them you need to be by yourself. Tell them you need this time away. Whatever it is that is going to make you function better as a person in a confined space, that's what you need to do. For me, I take time out to try and do yoga, even if it's 20 minutes a day. And that for me has been a lot to get back into. And I know it's for me, it's something that relaxes me. So the journaling, the yoga, speaking to my family, getting them to make sure, you know, and I say to them, it's okay for you to call me if you want to vent. That's fine. But I've also, not long, about maybe 6 months ago, I learned one very valuable lesson, especially in friendships and family. Before you vent to somebody, please ask them if they're in the mental space to be able to listen to you. Because I think a lot of the time we call and we go, nah, 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 and we don't realize the space the other person is in. So sometimes they're not in a space to be able to give you the best advice or even take in what you're saying. So maybe next time you feel like you need to do that to your friend, to your family, to your husband, your spouse, whatever it is, just ask them, are you in a mental space to be able to listen to me vent, because I really need to do this. But if you're not, I understand. And that as a friend has made my life so much easier and the communication so much better with my own friends and family, because now I know when they're okay and when they're not.
Farah, can I ask you?
Sure.
All of that perspective, and I think that's exactly what our topic is about. So everybody who was tuning in to learn and kind of dig a little bit at how to connect while being isolated, that is exactly the practical perspective you wanted. Let's switch to a really fun gear, because I want to get to know you a little bit better, and you don't have a choice.
I'm there, I'm ready.
I'm going to ask you some hot questions, and you've got like 30 seconds or less to answer them. But they tell a lot about we're judging you. Number one, what do you think of garden gnomes?
I love them. They're cute.
They're so creepy.
I love them. They're the cutest things.
I like garden gnomes. All right, they're cute. Why are manholes round?
Because they're named after men, and men give you never-ending stress.
That is so beautiful. You see?
You are like a natural at this. This is incredible. I would have been like, what?
The next one. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant?
I would take the elephant I would find someone who had a farm and would be able to keep my elephant there, and I'd visit him every weekend. I'm not giving an elephant away.
Elephants bring pure happiness. That's true.
Yes. I mean, come on.
No, legitimately, I don't know why, but Instagram seems to suggest things that I love, and for some reason, there's always an elephant on my search page, always, especially a baby.
I love animals.
Tree. What kind of tree would you be and why?
I'd probably be a pine tree because then I'd be a Christmas tree and someone would dress me up.
I like that. Good answer. Blinken was
yes. Yeah, like Blinken is going to be festive, literally.
In July this year. I think we should do Christmas in July.
I also think I agree with you. I love Christmas.
100%. Also, just like weather-wise, can we discuss this? It's very weird to me. I grew up in the States and then in Tel Aviv, and we always had, snow and all of that. Christmas here is just, it's off. But anyway. Nicole, that was fun.
Because it's like a bit of a survivor vibe. If you had to find yourself on a desert island but you had food and water and shelter, what items would you take with you and why?
Ooh.
Books. I would have to have books. I can survive in total solitary, but give me books. I need to read.
Wow, and that is exactly why she is Glamour Woman of the Year 2018 business category, and also United Nations Chairwoman Awards gave her an award for her work within the field of women empowerment in 2019. So congratulations for everything.
Thank you. Thank you so
Farah,
much.
You are just so amazing. Just to kind of, we are going to wrap up and we have our next speaker coming up just now. There are going to be some questions coming through. So we are going to message you privately, maybe share them up, share all your answers. But
that's fine.
What do you want to leave us and our viewers with for, kind of just staying in communication with isolation? I love what you say that you're, during your journaling, you're staying in communication with family. We always say, I didn't call my mom. I didn't have time. Well, now it's time, So I absolutely love that. So just kind of what is your motivation sentence to those people who are struggling a bit back home now? And,
I think the one thing that I really want to say is I'm so tired of hearing everyone say, oh, you have the time now, start the hobby, start this. Some of us just need to rest. Some of us just want to take time out. We don't have that, and we may never get this time again. Hopefully we'll never get time like this again in this context. But don't let anyone make you feel bad for the sake that you haven't started a hobby, that you haven't started a new business, that you haven't been as busy as everyone else. If your time and this time is to sleep, relax, recharge, do what makes your heart happy, and don't worry about what other people think, because only you need to live with your choices.
Oh, thank you so much. I absolutely love that.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so beautiful. Okay, that is FARAH Fortune. Did I say that right?
FARAH, that's perfect.
My accent butchers everything, but it's
it's not a problem. Thank you.
Okay, Nicole, that was a good one.
I'm so excited that I'm still holding her to a stage one day, because I need to see her again on our Impact Hub stage in our Impact Sequence. But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you to FARAH. Such an incredible, mostly because she's a normal human being who just, despite all of the challenges, reaches out and achieves extraordinary things. And extraordinary things. Tahila, please do the great honor of introducing our next extraordinary speaker.
Guys, I cannot even describe to you this next girl. She is, first of all, she's so hot. I'm sorry. I'm having such a woman crush. It's really hard for me. My boyfriend's a bit concerned. But anyway, this girl has been so busy since lockdown that, the fact that we even got her to join us this afternoon, I keep saying this evening because, we're all dressed up and I've just lived in pajamas. But, I feel like I'm going to some awards. Someone should be giving us an award for something, Nicole. But I just feel this girl is literally, she's just like a bomb. When I first met her, she looks like this petite, innocent girl. And then she talks and she's just power. And we're going to get into her fashion, which is what she's very, very well known for. She's one of SA's top rappers. She's female. She's won awards on MTV Base. She's dropping new hits as they go. She's literally the cool kid on the block that me and Nicole have been dying to hang out with. And there's just such a long list of things that she's achieved and done, and we're going to go through them with her together. So please, can you all help me welcome Moo-zlie? Check her around. Woo!
Hey guys.
Hello. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I can't believe it. Nicole.
Yeah, you are like a phenom. You're a absolute dynamic powerhouse woman, and represent everything that we at the Impact Hub stand for. So we stan you. Thank you for being here on our platform, and you look incredible. Like,
Thanks, guys. You know, I drew my eyebrows just for you guys today. So.
Guys, we were just talking before this that Nicole and I don't understand how eyelash and eyebrow technicians are not an essential. Like, this is a problem. And then you
nail technicians too.
Literally.
Like, essential services, people.
100%.
my own acrylic nails. I think that's so pretty dangerous, and it's peaceful times we're living in.
Sure, I know it's hectic, guys. But anyway, we are alive. That is all that matters.
We're alive and we're well, and I'm going to jump right into things with you, Moo-zlie, because you have just been keeping so busy. I mean, literally, I see, you know, you're hosting parties, you're creating music with other top names in the industry. I mean, you definitely have cool friends. I'll give you that much. I mean, oh my gosh. So, I mean, every second I see Moo-zlie's going live with, you honestly go live with like Miss Cosmo, like you're just busy. Super busy. You just did a whole week of live shows with Castle Light.
Yeah, so I premiered my brand new single that's coming out on the 1st of May on a new platform that Castle Lights has created for artists and fans to kind of engage and share, called Castle Lights Unlocks in Bed With, which was really, really dope because I actually made history. I was the first artist to perform on that platform. It wasn't even about being a female artist or a rap. I was the first one ever.
Oh.
There's so many little victories that we can still celebrate during the lockdown, you know?
100%. And I mean, you do this all through your Instagram, which I know you have a massive following on. You know, people are absolutely loving your music, loving following you. This Castle Light was a massive thing. I was joining it. I was twerking with my 2-month-old baby.
Yes.
These days, you know, we absolutely love it. So this hit that's dropping in the 1st of May, what could we expect from it? I mean, no, you did debut it on live, but yeah, for those who didn't.
So I'm very, very excited about the song because it's the first single that I've dropped since my debut album. So everybody's quite interested to know what Moo-zlie 2020 sounds like, what Moo-zlie 2020 looks like, because obviously my look is a very big part of everything that I do. But generally, just what's the vision? For me, it's not always about the sound, it's about the mood. Like, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? What do you want people to know about you? You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is 2020. I am a star, baby. So that's what the song is called. And for me, when I think about 2020, like my boyfriend is also my manager. When we first met like 6 years ago, he'd always be like, are you 2020 enough? Are you 2020 enough? Because 2020 seemed like this far away year that nobody would ever reach. It was the year that Beyonce has been living in her whole life. So it's like, 2020, will you be there? What will you be doing in 2020, my brother? Will you be
I think we did see the boyfriend pop in the background before. I saw him. He saw it and he went, ooh. Like, join in.
He's playing PlayStation behind me, but he's always just like wanted me to think about the future. So this song is really just my mission statement for 2020, just letting people know who the hell I am, what the hell I'm about, and the fact that I am here to stay, whether they like it or not.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think people are definitely loving it. I'm going to have Nicole join us now with her questions and her kind of, you know, tips and bits on what, I mean, she's a massive fangirl. I am as well. I remember you came to our first event and I think we were more excited that you were there and the fact that like this was the launch of our first event. I'm like, but Moo-zlie's here. I know. But I know that in your career, you said that it hasn't been the easiest start, you know? I think now it's so nice to kind of look back and see how many people do love what it is that you're putting out there. And women relate to you, men relate to you, people want to hear you, are waiting for the next thing. I know my iTunes, I've now downloaded, all of your albums. That's why, I'm looking so good after pregnancy, guys. I'm gymming to Moo-zlie.
Yes. Awesome. Yes, I love that.
So what has been your biggest, kind of concern when you started? Because you said it hasn't been the easiest road leading up to it. And you're young. You are young success female. For those who don't know, Moo-zlie is 27 years old and has, reached names that people can only wish of. So, what was the biggest hardship and now feels so amazing looking back at?
I think just getting that foot in the door. Like for me, I always knew that I just need to get inside. Like if I can get inside, I'll be in for good, So it was really, really difficult for me to make those connections in the entertainment industry. And a lot of the time when you come from a small town where you're not really exposed to a lot of things, you always just feel like you need to meet somebody who's got all the connections and they're going to make things happen. Like you have to win favor with certain people and they're going to, they're going to put you on. They're going to be the plug. They're going to make things happen for you. And I very quickly realized that those people don't exist. You're going to search high and low. You will find them. You will find people who had done things for other people, the person who supposedly put another person on, but they're going to meet you and they're not going to see it. They're not going to understand your vision. They're not going to know what it is that you even want from them, So I really quickly had to learn that I am my own plug. Like the minute I figured out that I am the plug, like if I need something to happen, I am the person that's going to need to connect those dots. I wouldn't say it got easier, but things just started to happen smoothly. Because a lot of the times, even if you're in a season of no, it means you're moving. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't appreciate that. And for me, at the beginning of my career, I always appreciated the fact that I'm moving. I'm in this audition line, I don't care. I'm skipping class for this line, I don't care. These people, I auditioned for them for another show last week and they said, no, they're the same producers of the show, but I'm going again, I don't care. I just always wanted to be moving. And I still have that mentality to this day.
Yeah, that's incredible, Moo-zlie. I think that people just want somebody to make it happen for them. And it's really on topic because we're talking about connection. And I guess what I wanted to ask you is, you have certainly been for me and for a multitude of South Africans an aspirational figure. Somebody who you look to for inspiration, but also for practical tips on how to do it yourself. Who have you been connected to in your industry that has kind of inspired you? I've seen you work with some incredible people, people that I also have a lot of respect for. I've also had the privilege of meeting one of your sisters, Rouge, who has done a lot of work with you. Oh my God, I love her. AKA, I know you've worked with some really incredible human beings. What makes them incredible, and how do you connect with and kind of develop that mentorship relationship, even if it's not obvious?
I think first and foremost, your network is your net worth. I think I know I just said that you don't need anybody to be a plug to put you on, but you really need to understand that when you are connected to people that are making things happen, you are a part of that movement, So it's always really important to also surround yourself with like-minded people, whether it be in the music world. For me, also, it's in a Christian space. I like to hang out with people that are into God because they expand my knowledge on God too, I'm very into girls that are killing it. Like if you check my Instagram, you will see I have so many pictures with so many dope chicks because I know the power of a good squad picture. And I'm talking beyond Instagram likes. The network of women getting together to do things, it's beyond physical, it's spiritual. Like when women get together to do something, it invokes change in the universe. It invokes it's really, really, it's amazing. Like sometimes when I'm doing stuff with my friends, I feel the hair on the back of my neck stand up because I'm just like, something is happening here, something really, really powerful. So one thing that I've particularly done in this time is to change my view on the people around me. I love my friends. They're amazing. They're supportive human beings and they're amazing. And a lot of personal stuff. But I've started to look at my friends like TV channels. I've started to look at my friends like characters in my movie. So instead of just using them to like hang out and feel better about myself, I'm using them to expand the message and the network. So something me and Zinhle were talking about just a couple of days ago is simulcasting. We think about a big sports match, like a soccer match that happens on TV. Bafana versus Senegal AFCON final. It's playing on SABC One. It's also going to be on Super Sports and different channels in Ghana, whatever. It's simulcast. They want everybody to know about it. We're doing the same thing in this time. We are simulcasting, which is exactly what you guys were trying to do. Simulcast on this platform, on my Facebook page, on DJ Zinhle's Facebook page, on Potus's Facebook page, because we are the new Mnet, we are the new SABC, we are our own channels, So change the view on how you look at people around you, all the things that you can benefit from them, Zinhle's got 3 million followers. I've got 1 million followers. But there's somebody who has 500 followers, but they are super interactive. They're actually engaged. They give you feedback. So there's different people that you can benefit from in different ways. But for me right now, the biggest thing is like spreading the message as far as possible. And thank God for technology because we're able to do it in the easiest way.
Definitely. And I have to say, you are definitely a girl that, you are what you preach. I mean, a lot of, I think what like a struggle that, day-to-day people have is they kind of see a celebrity status, which is someone with 1 million followers, as someone who's very intimidating. Is this person approachable? Are they not? I think the bottom line is, what does this person believe in? And do you kind of match what they believe in? So you, for instance, was a person that was so easy for us to kind of get hold of. And that isn't because you're not busy and you don't have things to do. It's because we related to something that you believe in, which is women going out there, startups, networking, expanding your network, making change, impacting other lives, especially with a big focus on females. So, I mean, that is something to be very appreciated for. And it's something that I think is kind of real in you. I think people relate to real, right?
Yeah. I think for me, another big thing is that I'm very aware that if my industry grows, I can only grow too. So if there are 2 females who approach me who are doing this really awesome live chat where they're sharing knowledge and it's great and they've bought in a team, they're investing time, money, energy into it. The day this gets to the level where Oprah Winfrey is now trying to give you guys your own show on the OWN network, I'm first in line to be a guest because I was there at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? So I'm personally invested in the growth in my industry, rather. And I think a lot of people kind of need to get over their own personal wanting to grow things, because I would also love to like do my own online show and connect the dots and talk to people or whatever, but I just unfortunately don't have the resources right now. So what I do is I connect with people like yourselves who are in those positions, and we create a network and a growth. And in the future, when I want to do something like this, I can just pick up the phone and be like, hey, Talia, you know what it is, you know what to do. Can you hook me up with, the people who are streaming for you or whatever the case may be. So if my industry grows, I grow too. And I personally believe that about, the other businesses that we do. Like every single chance I get, I'm wearing an Aero watch because I want to promote my friend's business. I recently just had to do a photo shoot at home, and I made sure that the bikini that Thando Tebetsa sent me 3 months ago from her bikini line, I made it a point to include it in that shoot so that people are aware of it, that people can tap into it. So it's very, very important to look beyond yourself, grow your industry, because one day when Thando gets to a point where she's got like a huge line of bikinis and she's showing at Paris Fashion Week, do you know who's going to be in the front row? If I've still got my 6-pack, do you know who's going to be closing the show?
Oh, girl, it's you.
Invest in your industry. It's so.
If you still have your 6-pack, you're busy doing the most insane home workouts. I'm like, just wait. Let me just squat with you. Hold on. I'm there.
But you can play the baby card though. Just play the baby card for as long as you can.
I know,
Which you don't
right?
need to though, because you look amazing.
No, that I have those Nike tights that like hide your entire stomach just to your waist, and then you have like the best waistline. So everyone's like, "You look so amazing." I'm like, "But do I?"
Moo-zlie, I have a question from a viewer. Her name is Cheryl, and she says, if you were sitting down in 12 months' time with a glass of champagne celebrating, what would it be?
Ooh.
12 months time, that's a year from now. Probably the success of the new project that I'm about to put out. One thing that's been great about this lockdown for me is that it's forced me to spend a lot of time in studio. So I'm busy working on a new project that I'm really, really excited to put out. So I think in 12 months time, we'll be celebrating the success of that project. Music videos are going to be out. There'll be a new summer collection, hopefully with S&M by then, which we can probably be celebrating too. So yeah, there's a lot we could be celebrating in 12 months time.
That is amazing.
Question for you: are you on TikTok?
Girl, so I've got a TikTok account, okay?
So you're a stalker, TikTok.
Yeah, I'm really trying to figure it out. I'm super intimidated by it, I won't lie. But I want to get involved. It looks like so much fun, so I want to get involved.
Okay, well, here is a live online challenge. I challenge you to do the savage dance on TikTok. Look it up, girl.
Know it.
Like, girl, you gonna put me on the spot like that? Like, I'm a.
Do you know it, Nicole? Do you know it?
Yeah, I can't do it now, babe. I'm not a TikTok dancer. I'm a lip syncer.
I'm not even. You know, when I use dances, even I always make it a point to do like a day on my own with choreography, where the choreographer is just teaching me by myself. Then the next day the dancers can come in so that we're not wasting too much of their time. I'm horrible when it comes to choreography. Like that natural vibe, yeah, I got you. But like when you start throwing the
How does it work, Nicole? It goes.
And there's this amazing function in TikTok. There's a little like round thing with a stick, and if you click it and you type in savage, that's where you see it. I ain't doing no demos for you today.
Well,
Okay, Moo-zlie, then you know what? You owe us a video after this where you try do it. And we're just gonna have to share it.
as long as you make sure I'm the first guest when Oprah Winfrey gives you guys your own show.
Promised. Definitely. So now can we just tap into your fashion for a second, because that is a massive thing. It's also kind of, your sign. I mean, well, how do you call it? Your kind of signature is you have this amazing fashion. Where do you find these things? Do you get them designed for you? I mean, because these are not things you could get off the rack at like Zara and H&M, right?
Oh, I do go to Zara sometimes, not always, because I don't like to wear the same clothes as everybody else. But they got some nice everyday stuff,
And your shoes, because I know you have a whole line now.
Exactly. I love shoes so much that I decided to make my own with an incredible girl by the name of Bianca De Silva. She has a fashion line called Silver Lux that she had been running for about a year or two. And, she's super forward thinking, very, very smart. She's like me. You kind of look at her and would think one thing, then she starts talking and you're like, oh, okay, you are pretty hectic. You know what I mean? So she's a law student. She's a businesswoman. She's just incredible. And she's drop dead gorgeous, which is fabulous. And she approached me to help her just tell the female story. She's very passionate about the South African woman and empowering them and telling their story in a way that's not typical, but telling their story in a way that'll benefit them. So I'm very grateful that she didn't want to just like use me and my face. She actually like gave me a stake in her business, and she made sure that I was sorted out, and she made sure that she was teaching me about the shoe business, what would work, what would not work. Because as you can see, I'm crazy. Like I was trying to put bells on the shoes so that when you're walking, people can hear you coming, and because you're coming to serve them. Like I was crazy. Like I was trying to do wild things. But Bianca was like, okay, because she was a buyer for a very long time for like a lot of shops. So she was like, oh, we need to think about the customer, what people like, what people don't like, you know. And what is also really great about our collection is that it went straight into shops, which was kind of unheard of. You know, we went straight into YDE and we pretty much sold out, which was crazy because you need to understand that this is a business that is owned just by this little lady. She flies to China. She does all the design. She's super hands-on. You know, I had to go back and forth to her house and, you know, fight through her dogs to get upstairs to the study to make it happen because, you know, she loves dogs. But it was really amazing, super enlightening too, you know, and something that I'm really glad I can put on my business resume, which was really great. And another thing that's really dope about doing something that people can actually go and physically buy is that you get numbers that you can hold, that you can use in conversations going forward. You know, so it's not like going into a conversation with people and saying, hey, I'm Moo-zlie, I've got 1 million followers, I've got really great fashion sense, and you should work with me. I can say, hey, I'm Moo-zlie, here's the numbers, work with me. You know,
yeah.
what I mean? It's really—
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I have a quick question from a viewer who you may happen to know, Kutso Taledi from Crunch with Kutso. She's one of my favorite human beings on earth and one of the most inspirational accounts to follow. She first of all says you look amazing, and secondly, she is going to be one of our speakers next week. And thirdly, her question is a powerful one, and let's hope you can give us the shortest, sharpest, most Moo-zlie answer possible. When is it the right time to start a family for you on a personal level, especially in the industry? Is there such thing as
Oof. Kuta just wants to go to my baby shower. Kuta.
You just want to like
you know what? I don't know if there is a right time. You know, I'm also very spiritual. I believe in God. And I don't think, you know, even though there are a lot of people who have children in tough situations, we see those children grow up in tough situations and do really, really amazing things. So the God that I serve is not in the business of like handing out blessings that he doesn't think that I could handle, which a child is. A child is a blessing, you know, no matter what your circumstance is. So I think the best time is when God is ready. For me, one of my biggest references though is Cardi B. I remember she had, like, she was like this. She was, you know, when you're just about to, this is like just before she was coming like this. She had her single out. She did a feature. She was killing Fashion Week. She was coming like this. Then she announced she was pregnant. I was like, Cardi's done. Like, why would you be pregnant right now? Like, are you kidding me? Babe, she won a Grammy. She has had the longest album on the Billboard chart. She's been killing it. And Cardi B is my age. So that to me just lets me know that, like, yo, if God wants that to be a part of your story, it'll happen. Because I think the fact that she was a mother and did all of that made her that much more amazing. She could have been killing it on her own, not being a mother. That would have been great, like young woman. Exactly. That's what you're supposed to do. You're in your 20s. You should be killing it. The fact that she was able to have a baby and do all of that, I think actually having a baby gives you superpowers.
Oh, that is incredible. I'm going to say I agree, you know, just saying.
I agree.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think there is something rewarding about it, but it is definitely a massive life change. And this actually brings me to our next viewer question. Jessica is asking, how has the COVID-19 impacted you negatively and positively? We see you are creating more and more music. Would you have been doing this if it wasn't for lockdown?
I have to be honest, probably not. When I recorded my first album, we flew to Cape Town, we booked a house in Campsdale, we booked out the whole week at the Red Bull Studios. It was really on some superstar, like next level, very creatively inspiring. So going into this next project, I was like looking for inspiration. I was like, I'm waiting for God to write the songs in my heart or something. But this time just basically forced me to like get into studio. So I think that has been really great. Another thing that has really positively impacted me, which is something that I'm embracing so much, is I've had to put on my production hat, you know. We have to now produce our own content videos. We have to produce our own performance videos. There's so many things that we literally could have been doing before, but we weren't doing it because we thought, I don't have the budget, or I don't have the skill, or I don't have the time. But the fact of the matter is that if I don't learn new skills now, I'm going to be left out of the conversation. So I'm really grateful that it's finally making me embrace that. You know, and that's becoming a source of income, which honestly at a time like this I'm so grateful for. But the negative sides have definitely been the stop in that income. Like, if I could still be doing gigs right now, I could donate to the whole world. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd have someone, like, that's where we make our money, going out performing for people, hosting gigs. That's where we make our money, you know. So that
is the kind of person you are. You're not like, oh gosh, you know, I'm not doing money, help me. You're like, damn it, I wish I could be helping more, making a shitload of money and, you know, helping out those who need this most. This is why I love you. This is why you're with us.
Babe, you know what? I'd like, God will always take care of me. Like, sometimes I feel my anxiety levels starting to rise about like money, you know. So I think the first leg of the lockdown, it was okay. I was prepared, you know, we planned ahead, it was cool. Then the extension happened and I was like, so we can't leave the house until next month. Then I thought about the debit orders. And usually I love my debit orders because I'm like, thank you, God, that my debit orders are going off. This is beautiful. But now I'm like, hey, debit orders, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? So I do feel my anxiety levels starting to rise, but like, I eat every day, I have a roof over my head, I have Wi-Fi, and I'm still in a position to be making money. My eyebrows are on feet, like, I'm soft, guys. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm blessed. Like, I lack absolutely nothing. I would really love to be able to help more people because there are so many people who are not as lucky as me. So I really wish I could do more to help them.
Moo-zlie, if you had a superpower, if you were a superhero, what would that superpower be? Like, what could you describe your power as in one word?
We are putting you on the spot today. I love this.
I've never really thought about a superpower. I'm more about like talents, because superpowers are just like, I think the only superpower is being a mom. Like, otherwise it's just, I'm too human. I'm sorry, I can't just think like that unless you're talking about God and stuff. But I'm more about talents. If I could sing, I would sing every single moment. Even in this interview, I would just sing and sing and sing.
But you can sing. You sing, you rhyme, you dance, you come up with insane beats.
So pitch correct
now is the savage dance.
Yeah, that one. No, listen, Moo-zlie, if you had a superpower, and we were naming it, I think I would be able to call it presence. I was at the Style Awards, and I watched you walk that ramp, that red carpet. That red carpet at the Style Awards will never be the same. And it's literally just that inner soul fire that somebody has, that nobody can extinguish unless you let them. So yeah, big up. Presence is your power from us. But talking Style Awards, that outfit was incredible. Tell us about your outfit today.
Oh, my outfit today. I was really hoping you wouldn't ask because my zip is broken.
I was just going to say, are we all wearing pants?
Anyway.
That's right there.
Nice pants, you know.
I mean, look at this body. I just cannot deal.
Also, I went like double snake earrings. Snake ring.
That is just, you made my whole day.
I'm intentional, people. I am intentional.
Oh, I cannot wait to hang out with you, like, just for real. I just want to go out for a drink, like, right now. This has made me now, like, really be upset that I'm in isolation, which was not the point of this. Sorry. I do have one more question here from a viewer. It's like a group viewer. I think it's Charlene. And they're asking, how are you managing to stay so motivated and positive? You have to have some hard days. Do you have the hard days? What do you do with them? Is it your fitness? Is it your music? What is it?
I definitely do have my hard days, you know. I have my days where I beat myself up as well. I think last week was a bit of a hard week. I wasn't feeling super creative. I wasn't like trying to write songs or whatever. And then I started beating myself up like, you should be doing something, you should be working. And sometimes, like FARAH was saying, it's just like, nah, this is some time off. Like sometimes you're just having a chill day, and that is okay, you know. Another thing that my friend Zintle always says is that every storm runs out of water. Like it will rain and rain and rain. It can rain for days, but at some point the cloud is going to run out of water. And another thing about the cloud is that it's not like it just rains out of nowhere. It precipitates from you. So it draws from you, and even the storm, it's about you. It feeds you. It feeds your crops. It feeds everything that you're investing in. So I embrace my bad days. I've written some of the hardest rap songs I've ever written on a bad day. So I love my bad days. And also I love to be in a position where there's nothing else that I can humanly do, because that just allows me to look at God and be like, okay, homie, it's your move now. You know what I mean? And that is a great place to be in, because if you can be in a position where you, with your human understanding, can help yourself, or God can come through and do what God does, I have God's power than my own, personally.
Definitely. That is so amazing. You are just, you're just a ball of positivity, you know, a ball of energy. You're just so talented and so beautiful to watch and listen to, and just kind of follow your journey. You know, before we wrap up now, where can we find, you know, this new hit that's being released on the 1st of May, where obviously there's not going to be some big party for it because we don't know what's actually happening, but what's happening now? Is it on your Instagram account, Twitter, Facebook? Where should people look?
So for now, everybody definitely needs to go back and check out that Castle live stream, because that's where I performed the song. It's really, really dope. You get like a live rendition of the song, which is amazing. But coming out on the 1st of May, so please make sure you save the date. The cover art is out right now, which my boyfriend took that picture by himself on my iPhone, because the lockdown is making us innovative. So,
I'm telling you, like, budget cuts are a real thing right now, and everyone's learning what they can actually manage to do themselves.
And the picture is, can I show you guys these pictures? Like, I want to show you guys the raw pictures, because he absolutely killed it.
I want those images.
I was so proud of him. He thought I was joking. I was like, hey, these are amazing.
I mean, we definitely need to, you know, like, applaud our men for supporting, you know, this. I know, so Nicole has her own private photographer always.
He took this picture on his iPhone.
Oh my gosh.
That is ridiculous. Oh my God.
Like, we've got lights in our studio that we manipulated to look like that, like super, like next level.
That is
like,
amazing.
Guys,
but I also feel like you're a super fun person to kind of have a photo shoot with. I feel like me and Nicole just want to have a photo shoot with you just because.
This is the final version that we put out. That's out right now. So please make sure you guys share it. Go and find it. Display picture. Just make sure you let everybody know that this song is coming on the 1st of May. It's amazing, and I'm super excited.
Definitely. We're going to upload this to our page as well. I mean, Moo-zlie, thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun. You are not out of it yet, though. When we are back to our live shows in Flesh, in Santon at Alice and Fifth, you are joining us on stage.
Definitely.
Oh, this is recorded, by the way. I put my speakers on the spot.
The Oprah part of this conversation is recorded too. So if Oprah calls you guys and you don't call me, we're going to have issues. Okay.
Yeah, she was trying to reach me the other day. I was just a bit busy, but you know, new baby and all.
I know how it gets, babe. I know it just gets so hectic on the lockdown, eh?
I heard via the grapevine that Tahina, you actually are a closet beatboxer.
I am. I'm a closeted beatboxer. Moo-zlie, your next hit, can I beatbox in it and you can rap?
I actually think I want to hear something right now. I think we should do a little bit of improv to close off the session. So, Moo-zlie, are you ready to just fly?
Let's do it. As long as you got the beat for me, let's rock.
Okay, I'm gonna give you like a quick beat. Are you ready? Guys, it's so exciting. Here we go. What?
I'm losing you there. I'm losing you.
No one's hearing me, Nicole.
Okay, one more time. Try again. One more time.
You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna send her a voice note of it, and then you need to play it in the background and rap to it. And then that's gonna be like music created by the two gals on the Impact Hub.
I don't want to pay you royalties, so let's just do it now so that I don't have to do that. Come on, let's give it a go.
Like a sisterhood. Nicole, are you hearing anything your side?
I'm just fangirling. I'm hearing everything. So yeah, I think Tahila, go with your beatbox. I'm filming, and Moo-zlie, throw some lyrics.
Let's do it. Well, then we'll do a slower one.
Oh. Yeah, it's Moo-zlie on the Impact Hub with the raps. I'm second to none. Shout out to the stream team. We out here busy sharing the dream. Hey, Nicole, I see you with long hair. Hey, I see you don't care. Hey, Tyler in the red dress.
I love this.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, look at us. We are freestyling live with Moo-zlie on the Impact Hub, sponsored by the stream team, coming to you live at home from my home gym, Nicole's office, Moo-zlie's couch with her boyfriend playing PlayStation in the back. Well done to him. That's amazing.
Send me the invoice for the boyfriend just right away. He doesn't do free appearances.
Oh, doesn't he? We'll have to get him next time. But the best was him before he like saw us and it was like, shit. I'm like, join in. Oh my gosh, you guys, this has been so much fun. Moo-zlie, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to see you soon again for lots of things. Everyone that is Moo-zlie, she is on Instagram as, it is at Moo-zlie hyphen, hey, or lower score.
Just at Moo-zlie, and it's verified, so make sure you follow the real one.
Yes, make sure you follow the real verified one with over 1 million followers. Her new hit is dropping 1st of May. And yes, we are going to post all of this on our page as well. We're going to share the live link as well if you did miss anything from Moo-zlie or from FARAH Fortune. Thank you so much, Moo-zlie. We love you.
Thanks, guys. I love you too. Have a good one.
Thank you for being
Bye.
Of collaboration and giving back to other women and lifting other women with you. You are the real deal. And we are so grateful for you, Moo-zlie.
Thanks, guys.
We love you so much. And before Nicole wraps up by telling us next week's, subject and speakers, I just want to give one more shout out to really who's making this work. If you are listening to us from the Facebook page, which would be the correct page to listen from. I'm seeing all of you on my Instagram. I was trying to say, go to Facebook, follow us there, but it's fine. The full live stream is on over there, and that is sponsored from the stream team. So lots of you are, at this point now where you have to be innovative and you have to make something work from home. Live, either, I don't know if you're a gym instructor, you're a cook, you're a chef, you're a rapper, you're a motivational speaker. These guys are absolutely amazing. They're doing live events with people. They're really making things work, and you can have it all almost customized to what it is you need and you want from them. So Charles details, he's the owner of the stream team, will be loaded onto our page as well. And I really think give it a go. Let's get innovative. A lot of us are like, I'm not an IT person. I don't know how this works. You don't need to. There are people out there that can help you and teach you or do it for you. So yeah, they have been the most incredible team to work with. Nicole, do you want to chat a bit about next week's event?
Yes, I do. I am very excited about next week. It just seems like there's so much momentum happening with everybody in lockdown. The creative juices are flowing from people's couches, and there's new innovation, there's new business ideas. Everything is flowing. So we're talking to Kutso Thaledi. She is the star of YFM. I have the pleasure of being interviewed by her myself. She's one of our guest speakers speaking about creativity in crisis. She's actually given us some questions today for Moo-zlie and been part of the conversation already. And I can't wait for us to just talk about creativity and look at the future through a creative lens and how we can move forward productively and support one another in that. So join us next week at Tuesday at the Impact Hub on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Where we're going to be talking to some inspirational people that are really, truly making an impact, especially now in these strange times.
Definitely. And I have to say, we've been so lucky with just these amazing people who are coming forward. I mean, we've had Gilly Apter, who's this awesome growing comedian who's just making changes out there all the time while also supporting her mom's business on that. Then we had Maps Mapunyane with us last week, who's just been, such a ray of sunshine and information, really got down to business to talk with our viewers and give them like proper tools to help them through, the anxiety they're feeling, the miscommunication, the business highs and lows. And then today we had FARAH Fortune and Moo-zlie chat to us music, journals, family, anxiety, dancing, beatboxing, and all of the above. So honestly, these events are just getting better and better. I'm enjoying this so much. Next week, Tuesday, same time, 4 of us all at 4 p.m. And yeah, that's basically what it is.
I just want to say a big shout out to everybody who sent us questions, everybody that watched live today. I'd like to ask you guys to please send through questions for next week. Now is the time. You've got a whole week to think about it. If you want to ask these powerful, influential change makers, visionaries, thought leaders, your real hard-hitting questions, next week, Tuesday, 4 p.m., send us your questions in advance. And thanks for being part of the conversation with Tahila and myself.
Okay, we love you guys so much. And yes, thank you so much, guys.